20-year secret exposed. Song Hye-kyo accused. It's shocking how one sentence, spoken 2 decades later, can reopen an entire era of buried memories. When Ryu Seung-bum finally broke his silence, the entertainment world froze. His words were simple, yet explosive. She was fake. That accusation, aimed at the beloved Song Hye-kyo, carried the weight of 20 years of silence, frustration, and unresolved pride. Ryu wasn't just another co-star. Back in 2004, during the filming of Sunlight Pours Down, he was one of the most unconventional actors in Korea, a rebel in an industry obsessed with polished images. Song Hye-kyo, on the other hand, represented everything perfect: elegance, grace, and professionalism. When their worlds collided on set, tension was inevitable. What no one knew was that one refused kiss would become a ghost haunting them both for decades. According to Ryu, the problem wasn't the scene itself, it was the humiliation that followed. "She absolutely refused to do the kissing scene with me," he revealed. "It deeply hurt my pride." He said it wasn't about lust or ego, it was about respect between two professionals. To him, her refusal was a silent judgment. He described feeling ashamed, saying he'd only recently found the courage to talk about it. But the story took a darker twist when Ryu claimed that Song justified her refusal by calling him unhygienic. That word cut deep. He denied it instantly, almost indignantly. "I bathe often and keep myself very clean." For an actor who had built his identity around artistic authenticity rather than image perfection, being labeled dirty wasn't just offensive, it was identity shattering. As the rumor spread, Ryu's explanation added layers to the controversy. He hinted that the real reason wasn't hygiene at all, it was love. Song Hye-kyo, he suggested, was dating someone at the time and didn't want to upset him. He didn't name anyone, but the implication was clear enough for the Korean public to connect dots. That was when he dropped the line that ignited the internet. "Don't be fake anymore." It was a rare moment in Korean entertainment. One actor accusing another of hypocrisy not through gossip columns, but in his own voice. For fans who had long admired Song Hye-kyo's image as Korea's eternal muse, the accusation landed like a thunderclap. Could the nation's sweetheart have hidden something behind her composed smile all these years? The debate that followed was fierce. Some viewed Ryu's confession as a man's wounded pride resurfacing after years of repression. Others saw it as a courageous act of truth-telling in an industry built on curated illusions. His timing, after 20 years, fueled speculation. Why now? Was it catharsis, revenge, or simply honesty too long delayed? Social media erupted. On one side, critics questioned Song Hye-kyo's professionalism. How could a top actress refuse a scripted kiss? On the other, defenders argued she had every right to personal boundaries. "An actor is not obligated to kiss anyone," wrote one netizen. "Consent matters, even in film." The conversation quickly expanded beyond the individuals to something bigger, the blurred line between acting and personal autonomy. Those who stood by Song pointed to Full House, also released in 2004, as proof of her commitment to her craft. Despite reportedly dating Lee Byung-hun at the time, she performed romantic scenes with Rain that became iconic. That, they argued, invalidated Ryu's claim that her relationship status dictated her decisions. If anything, it reinforced her professionalism. Yet skeptics weren't convinced. They saw her silence as calculated, an attempt to protect her spotless public image. Song Hye-kyo has long been known for her carefully managed persona. Graceful, composed, rarely reactive. "She knows the power of silence," one entertainment journalist commented. "It's her shield and her weapon." Meanwhile, others turned their gaze back to Ryu himself. His bohemian appearance, long hair, rugged clothes, a hint of rebellion, had always clashed with mainstream celebrity culture. Many argued that his artistic eccentricity made him an easy target for misjudgment. Some fans even sympathized with him, suggesting that being labeled unclean for looking unconventional was part of a deeper bias in the entertainment world. Still, the timing of his confession weakened his credibility for many. 2 decades of silence made it difficult for audiences to discern truth from emotional distortion. If it mattered that much, why wait so long? Became the dominant refrain. Others countered that trauma doesn't follow schedules, that some wounds take years to resurface, especially when the other party is one of the most beloved figures in Asia. As opinions divided, Song Hye-kyo remained completely silent. Neither she nor her agency issued a single statement. The silence, as always, became a statement in itself, interpreted by fans as dignity and by critics as evasion. To understand why this story resonates so deeply, one must understand who Song Hye-kyo is, not just an actress, but a cultural icon. Born in 1981, she rose to fame through a series of roles that defined early 2000s Korean television. Autumn in My Heart made her the face of melodrama. Full House turned her into a pan-Asian phenomenon, and Descendants of the Sun cemented her as an international superstar. She has always been more than beautiful. She represents an era. Her serene expression, her understated gestures, her voice soft yet firm. Everything about her embodies the refined emotional intelligence that has become synonymous with Korean storytelling. Even when her personal life made headlines, her marriage and divorce from Song Joong-ki, the so-called wedding of the century, she never allowed her private turbulence to overshadow her professionalism. When she faced tax evasion allegations in 2014, she didn't deny, deflect, or hide. She apologized publicly, paid all dues, and moved on. That maturity only deepened the public's respect for her. Over time, she evolved from the pure heroine image to something far more complex, a woman who had endured fame, love, loss, and scrutiny, yet still carried herself with composure. Her performance in The Glory 2022-2023 proved her resilience and artistic evolution. Playing a victim-turned-avenger, she shattered the soft beauty stereotype and reintroduced herself as an actress capable of darkness, depth, and raw emotional force. Critics hailed it as the best performance of her career. That's why Ryu's accusation hit so hard. It seemed to strike at the very foundation of what she represented: authenticity. But perhaps that's what makes this controversy fascinating. It's not about one kiss, or even 2 stars. It's about perception, about how easily truth can bend under the weight of time and memory. Was Ryu's pain real? Almost certainly. Was his version complete? Maybe not. The entertainment world thrives on illusions, and both Ryu and Song were, in their own ways, victims of it. He, the rebel who rejected conformity. She, the perfectionist who mastered it. Their conflict was almost inevitable, a collision between 2 philosophies of art and image. What's undeniable is how human this story feels. A man's wounded pride, a woman's need for boundaries, a public eager to judge both. It reflects the fragile balance between performance and personhood that every actor navigates. Behind every glamorous poster and red carpet smile lies 1,000 invisible negotiations about control, vulnerability, and respect. Today, 2 decades later, the world has changed. The idea of consent is openly discussed. Personal comfort is respected in ways it wasn't in 2004. If the same situation happened now, perhaps the outcome would be different. Perhaps Ryu wouldn't have felt humiliated, and Song wouldn't have been misunderstood. Still, in revisiting the past, the controversy has inadvertently reminded everyone why Song Hye-kyo endures. For nearly 30 years, she has faced scrutiny, criticism, and adoration in equal measure, and each time, she emerges unshaken. Her silence isn't emptiness, it's discipline. It's the same stillness that makes her on-screen emotions so powerful. Ryu's confession may have reopened old wounds, but it also revealed something about the nature of fame itself. It's built on narratives, not truths. And sometimes, when those narratives collide, what surfaces isn't right or wrong. It's simply human. In the end, what remains most captivating isn't the accusation, but what it says about the people behind it. Ryu Seung-bum's outburst, raw and imperfect, speaks of a man still haunted by a moment of rejection. Song Hye-kyo's silence, graceful yet enigmatic, speaks of a woman who has learned that some battles are best fought through endurance, not explanation. And perhaps that's why, even after 20 years, the world still can't look away.